Jake Paul, 12 of 53, 23%. Tyson coming out aggressively. Tyson, 7 of 34, 18%. So Tyson is averaging.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, the biggest showdown in the history of boxing, or at least the most talked about. Tyson, the living legend who once made opponents tremble, stepped into the ring against Jake Paul. The YouTube sensation turned boxer, and boy, did it make waves. Jake walked away with a unanimous decision win. But this wasn't just another fight. This was the clash of generations, a match destined to be remembered. Nobody really knew what to expect.
Roy Jones, where he averaged 24 punches around.
Like I said, I don't like the fact that they keep messing with that mouthpiece.
Oh, left hook! Triple left hook by Paul! He wobbled Tyson!
Sure, Tyson's age was a factor, but the man's still a beast, a tiger who refuses to go down quietly. And Jake? Well, nobody was ready for how he'd handle this. Tyson came out strong in the early rounds, and it looked like he'd roll over the internet star. But as the rounds wore on, Tyson's energy drained, and Jake's strategy took over, leaving the legend struggling to keep up.
Right there, I don't like how his legs look.
Jake Paul, you're right, Roy. He's turning into a boxer.
Yep, oh, good shot by Mike.
And again, the left hook.
Good shot by Mike.
AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, packed to the brim with 70,000 people. That's like filling an entire small town just to watch a 58-year-old legend go toe-to-toe with a 27-year-old social media mogul who throws hands for views. And let's not pretend there wasn't a mountain of cash at stake. Jake Paul walked away $40 million richer. Mike Tyson, a cool $20 million, which I guess is the price for getting schooled by a YouTuber half your age. Oh, and just to set the tone, Tyson didn't exactly wait for the fight to start. Nope, at the weigh-in, the man slapped Jake Paul across the face. Can you blame him? You'd be tempted too if a guy famous for prank videos dared to stand next to your legacy.
A jab hook right hand, followed by hook. The last hook was cool. Wasn't a real power shot, but it was a good hook.
Father Time is unbeaten for a reason, everybody.
Round one kicks off, and Tyson, bless his heart, comes out swinging like it's 1986 all over again. For a hot second, it felt like we were watching vintage Mike. Power shots, roaring crowd, the works. Everyone held their breath as Tyson landed a right hand that made the stadium rumble. But unfortunately, this isn't a fairy tale, and Father Time is undefeated. Jake, who, let's be honest, has the strategic brain of someone who's been in the ring enough times to fool people into thinking he's legit, was running laps around Tyson. I mean, he made Mike work so hard. Just to keep up by the end of round one, you could practically hear Tyson's joints creaking. Still, the old lion edged ahead, 9-8, but we knew it wouldn't last.
Warning Paul not to measure, but he measured him, and then he hit him with a right and left. Tyson coming forward, but Paul is landing.
Here we see Jake Paul throwing a jab hook right hand.
Then we hit round two, where things slowed down. And by slowed down, I mean it started to look like Tyson was dragging a bag of bricks around the ring. The man had a knee brace on, for crying out loud. Even Roy Jones Jr. had to acknowledge Tyson's wobbly legs, which were about as stable as my Wi-Fi during a Netflix binge. The round turned into a cautious, strategic snooze fest. No big punches, no fireworks, and the crowd restless. The scorecards kept Tyson barely in the lead, but let's be real, it was only a matter of time before Jake started taking over.
Just landed the overhand right, testing the beard of Paul early.
And everybody was saying, nice shot by Jake Paul.
Right hand by Paul, that is his.
And take over, he did. Round three was the Jake Paul show. Tyson slowed down even more, because surprise, he's 58, and Jake's punches got sharper. At one point, Paul landed a shot so clean that Tyson stumbled, and all those old memories of him being the baddest man on the planet felt like a distant dream. The age gap was more glaring than ever, and Tyson was looking less like a boxing legend and more like someone desperately wishing for a seat and a glass of water. By the end of the round, Jake had taken the lead, 25-24, and Tyson was visibly, painfully in trouble.
Right hand grazes Mike Tyson by Jake Paul. That would have been a good shot had it been on the chin. So Mike barely escaped that one.
Through 2 rounds, Jake Paul 12 of 53, 23%. Tyson coming out aggressively. Tyson 7 of 34, 18%. So Tyson is averaging more punches than he did in that fight.
Round 4 rolls around, and Jake's just coasting. I mean, this man looked like he was out for a casual stroll, hands low, practically daring Tyson to do something about it. Jake lands a left hook and a body shot that made the crowd groan, mostly out of frustration. They'd come for a war, and were getting a sparring session instead. By this point, Tyson was breathing heavier than me after 1 flight of stairs, and Jake was up 33-32. The boos were getting louder, and the fight was losing whatever magic it had left.
I like the fact that they keep messing with that mouthpiece.
Oh, left hook! Triple left hook by Paul!
Mike's
He
hurt.
wobbled
Mike is
Tyson!
hurt.
Mike's hurt. Here you see Jake Paul land a beautiful jab with right.
Round 5 was where Jake tried, and failed to seal the deal. He aimed for Tyson's chin, but the knockout punch never came. Still, Tyson's legendary defense had officially retired, leaving him wide open and painfully vulnerable. Jake's hands-down approach, a technique that would have had him sleeping in the ring if Tyson were in his prime, worked just fine. But let's not pretend Jake didn't have critics. People love to hate on this guy, even when he's winning. By the end of this round, it was clear. Paul 43, Tyson 41. And that last flash of hope for Tyson slipping away faster than your will to keep watching this circus.
Right there and knocked Mike off balance 2 times. And Mike was highly off balance right there. I don't like how his legs look.
Jake Paul, you're right, Roy. He's turning.
Finally, round 6 arrived, and it was basically a mercy round. Tyson was running on fumes. Roy Jones Jr. even speculated that this was probably Tyson's farewell to the ring, and the crowd, they agreed. The booing grew louder as Tyson struggled to move, his punches now about as intimidating as a toddler's tantrum. Jake kept him at bay with ease, and the scores reflected his dominance. 53-50. Fans still hoped for some last-minute Tyson magic, but come on, this wasn't a move. It was the harsh reality of age, a YouTuber's calculated tactics, and a once great legend who'd given it his all, but was out of gas.
Don't measure.
Referee Mark Calloy warning Paul not to measure. Well, he measured him, and then he hit him with a right and left. Tyson coming forward, but Paul is landing.
Here we see Jake Paul land throwing a jab hook right hand, followed by hooks. The last hook was cool.
Round 7, guys, is where things got downright bizarre. And trust me, I'm talking, are we even watching? Levels of strange. You had Jake Paul? Yes, the same Jake who usually fights like he's auditioning for an action movie, suddenly looking like he was taking it easy on a guy who used to be the scariest man on the planet. Mike Tyson was huffing and puffing like he just sprinted a marathon, yet Jake was, for some baffling reason, holding back. Seriously, if you told me Jake was pulling his punches out of respect, or because he didn't want to send a 58-year-old legend to the ER, I'd almost believe you. Almost.
Oh, wow.
Tyson's final victory was against Clifford Etienne. The show was...
Even the commentators were scratching their heads. Roy Jones Jr. and the rest of the crew went from hyping up Tyson's invincibility to sounding like worried family members watching Uncle Mike try to relive his glory days. There was genuine concern in their voices, which, let's be honest, was kind of wild. We're talking about Iron Mike here, a man who used to have opponents mentally beaten before they even stepped in the ring. But now, Roy and company were practically ready to call a medic. Meanwhile, Jake just kept stacking up points. When the round ended, the scorecards read Paul 63, Tyson 59, and it was clearer than ever that Tyson's toughest opponent wasn't Jake Paul. It was Father Time.
Here we see Paul look down and come over with overhand right. Wow. Right on Tyson's nose, good shot. A little bit lower, might have ended the fight, but that was a good shot. Looked like it hurt Mike a little bit. And then you see a left hook right there that was partially blocked by Mike's shoulder, but then when Mike landed on the left.
Then came round 8. And let me tell you, Jake Paul must have decided he'd done enough tiptoeing around. He stepped on the gas, using his speed and stamina to put Tyson on notice. Tyson's defenses, once legendary, crumbled like a stale cookie. Jake landed jab after jab, crisp and clean, as Tyson did his best to stand upright. The commentators were losing it, calling Tyson's struggle like he was being sent into another solar system. Yes, seriously. The crowd had been holding on to hope for a Tyson miracle, but you could see their disappointment settle in like a fog. The old magic just wasn't there.
A little bit lower, might have ended the fight, but that was a good shot. Looked like it hurt Mike a little bit. And then you see a left hook right there that was partially blocked by Mike's shoulder. But then when Mike landed a left hook on the neck, he hit him clean and hit him on the neck. So that wasn't going to have no effect on
Tyson's
it.
neck is one of the more developed in the sport. Very.
But just when you thought Jake Paul was about to throw a victory parade in the ring, he did something that caught everyone off guard. As the final seconds ticked away, he bowed to Tyson. Bowed. It was a small but unexpected moment of respect, a reminder that the man standing across from him wasn't just an opponent, he was a living legend. And just like that, the fight ended. Paul, 73, Tyson, 68. Jake had done what he came to do, and Tyson had held on until the very end, every ounce of fight left in his aging body on display.
He see Jake Paul land a good right hand to the body after the jab, laid the jab there and threw a good right to the body. Pushed Mike off balance again because Mike wasn't ready for it. You don't like to see those kind of punches land because that tells you that his reflexes are off and coach out not what they used to be.
To us tonight. Can find out sometime, but in terms.
Tyson's age was like the unwanted guest who wouldn't leave. It loomed over every jab, every slow shuffle, and every labored breath. His knee brace told the story better than any highlight reel. Years of brutal battles, relentless training, and a career that made him a household name. No amount of preparation could hide the fact that he was, well, 58 years old. He'd lost to Jake Paul, sure, but more than that, he was fighting a losing battle against time itself. The crowd didn't see Iron Mike from the 80s. They saw a human being who'd given everything he had to the sport.
In the case, but what is left in Iron Mike Tyson? Does he have the one knockout left?
And yet, even in defeat, there were moments that reminded everyone why Mike Tyson will always be Mike Tyson. His ring walk alone was a spectacle. No entourage, no gimmicks. Just Tyson, walking out to Jay-Z's Murdergram, still commanding respect. The crowd roared, feeling that old, fearsome energy one last time, even if it was just a whisper of what it used to be. It was a sight that sent chills down your spine, even though you knew deep down this wasn't the same man who could end a fight with one brutal punch.